Hi guys, we're Animaturtles.
I'm Molly.
I'm Yushab.
I'm Maritza.
And I'm Brianna.
And in this video, we're going to cover how we created this turtle, what challenges we faced, and how we came to win first place on FEDD Day.
The first step in the engineering design cycle is to ask. So we asked ourselves, how can we creatively design and build an animatronic figure that is capable of moving on its own in some way while adhering to the constraints and requirements? Then we imagined. We brainstormed ideas and chose the best ones. We stuck with creating an animatronic turtle. To bring our image to life, we began to plan. We drew diagrams and figures of both the electrical and structural components. We planned what materials we were going to use for both the inside and outside. We also decided to use the Arduino system to set the animatronic movements. Next, we created. In the beginning of the semester, we created the coding and used an Arduino board and circuits to actually get the turtle to move. Throughout the rest of the semester, we built the exterior structure as planned. Lastly, we improved. The coding was rewritten and retested to create better movements and flow. The exterior design was replanned and changed many times to create an aesthetically pleasing figure.
While we were brainstorming ideas for our FEDD project, we were also doing research on the Engineering Grand Challenge of Access to Clean Water. We felt that the best way to implement that grand challenge into our project and make the project more meaningful by having a theme would be to make an animal that's highly affected by water pollution, such as the turtle, out of all recycled materials. And so that's what our main idea was starting out, and that's what we went with.
During this project, we had many challenges that we faced, and we had to overcome them as a group. First, we had to decide how we were going to make the turtle and how we were going to make the exterior of the shell. We had to decide if we wanted to do paper mache or if we wanted to paint the turtle or do a mosaic on the shell. Since there were 4 people in our group, we all had different ideas on how to do this, but in the end, there were 2 people that were responsible for the outer portion of the shell, and we let them decide how they wanted to do it, which is how we resolved that issue. Secondly, we had one of the motors stopped working after the turtle was like completely together, and we had to reopen the shell, and that caused like our team to lose valuable time that we could have been using for other stuff. And then on FEDD Day, slowly the motors stopped working, but fortunately the judges saw our presentation before all of them stopped working, and that was how we resolved the issues.
Our group ended up winning first place at FEDD, which made us really happy, but that doesn't mean there weren't things we wish we could have changed in the way we did the project. If we could do it again, we would have left more time at the end to fix the mistakes and problems that went wrong right before FEDD Day. Also, when we were doing the circuitry, we built the shell around the circuit after it was done. So when problems started going wrong with the wiring and the motors, we had to cut the shell open in order to access and fix those problems. And the last thing we would have changed about the way we went about the project would be to have tried out the different materials we used for the exterior of the design on something different than the actual turtle. We thought we knew what we were going to do with the outside design, but the first time when we tried trying out our design, it didn't look right, so we had to pull off plastics and paper material that we had glued onto our turtle because we didn't think it looked right. The best thing to do would have been trying this out on just a piece of cardboard so we didn't have to tear things off of our final project.
So for you first-year engineering students out there trying to do FEDD Day in 2019, some advice our team has for you is that, like always, start very early. Make sure that you have a set plan in place the week that you get your FEDD project, and that you have a unified goal amongst your team members. After that, I would recommend that you have a common goal so everyone's aware of what each individual has to do or what's their part to play in the project. And what's the overall goal? What is the project? What does it mean to each individual, and what does it mean overall? And that kind of relates to maybe adding a theme or some type of social message with that. For example, our team, what we decided on doing was we combined our project of animatronics with the Grand Challenge of Clean Water, which allowed us to have a kind of social message with it, which was kind of the impact of water pollution on sea life and especially on sea turtles. And with that kind of message, it kind of propels your project forward and appeals to the judges during FEDD Day. Another thing that you could do is make sure that you are ready for presentation, that you practice your presentation, that each member has some part to say in it, and overall just have a unified message during FED. Other than that, just have fun, work together, and hopefully you will win FED Day in 2019.
Thank you
Bye.
for watching.
I hope this video helped.
Good luck on FED.
Go Pack!